So we're about to get my colleague on the phone, Big J from Australia, to get his thoughts on Tyson Fury's performance against Francis Ngannou in Saudi Arabia. I got to admit, I'm still in shock as I'm sitting here waiting for the main event to start over in the zone between Usyk Foster and Freddie Hernandez. About 4 hours or so ago, give or take, Tyson Fury got a 1 point decision over Francis Ngannou. And a lot of people think that Francis Ngannou won. I don't think that Francis Ngannou won the fight. He won the night. He won the event. His stock is rose. Fury right now is looking real suspect. It's so bad that for a fight of this magnitude, Tyson Fury in top rank in Queensberry, Frank Warren, they decided to cancel the post-fight press conference, Q&A with media. He just disappeared. He's supposed to be fighting Alexander Usyk December the 23rd. It's supposed to be signed. He talked about earlier in the week that if Usyk was to pull out of the fight, it would be a breach of contract. But in the post-fight interviews, Tyson Fury and Frank Warren both were saying that he needs a break with family. He said he had a 12-week training camp for this performance. Francis Ngannou also had a 12-week training camp, he said, 12 and a half. So I can see if he said he didn't train or, he didn't really take it seriously, but he said he took this shit seriously. We got to go by his word. It's not that he looked like shit. It's just that he couldn't figure out Francis Ngannou, and he respected the power of Francis Ngannou. At one point in time, Francis Ngannou was in there throwing fucking Superman punches. No respect at all. The rematch is bigger. Francis Ngannou now has a boxing career, and in many people's eyes, they feel that Francis Ngannou is the heavyweight champion of the world. The lineal champion of the world. All the way back to Muhammad Ali, the lineal. They're saying he's the man, and that would make him, he left the UFC, but let's be honest, that would make him the heavyweight champion of MMA and boxing. Talk about a movie. Give that man his flowers. Do I want to see the rematch? Hell yeah. But not. Should it be next? Let me know. Do you want to see Fury versus Usyk next? Or do you think that he has to fight Ngannou? Now, a lot of people also think that Usyk should have been knocked out by Daniel Dubois. Usyk has been known now to have a little bit of a jelly belly. So are the real heavyweight champions of the world Francis Ngannou and Daniel Dubois? Like, my mind is still blown. And the thing is, the event wasn't even that good. Before the main event, I gave it like a 3. I'm going to say a 3 of 10. Don't get me wrong. Production, the Saudis, they got something going. Let me tell you something. I don't know all their names. I'm going to have to learn them because I plan on going to an event in Saudi Arabia one day. But they doing it big over there to the point where I'm sitting here thinking like, damn, I wonder how much an apartment or a flat cost over in Saudi Arabia. Like they doing something. It's one of those type. I'm trying to figure out how to explain it. I can see them being a powerhouse in the world. Not saying that they aren't with their oil money and all that stuff, but I'm talking about like a tourist destination, like going to Hawaii or some shit, going to Dubai. That's what they're after, because I've been impressed with what they've been doing all the way since they started their what is it called? Initiative 2030. It's basically what boxing has started with Joshua versus Ruiz 2. They're trying to get Joshua versus Wilder. But we're gonna wait and see what my colleague has to say, Big J. And I gotta be like, I'm shocked, and you can tell during the post fight that Tyson Fury just was like uncomfortable. You knew he had shit the bed. You knew he shit the bed. Like, this is a really bad look. Not only does it make Deontay Wilder, like it's just, I'm still trying to find a way to fathom this. Wild set of circumstances. So if you would have asked me today, I want to see the Usyk fight, get that out of the way, and then fight Francis Ngannou. Whoever wins that, if it's Tyson Fury. That rematch with Francis Ngannou is always going to be there. But I'm talking about, it's something now that has to happen. Tyson Fury's got to redeem himself. On the plus side, it's good for Saudi Arabia. They're like, oh shit, we got the rematch. We can do it again. And the second fight will be definitely bigger than the first fight, because a lot of people were saying they wasn't going to buy this shit. It was $80 here in the States. $80. $80. So now, even I was struggling a little bit. I was like, all right, should I just cover this shit tomorrow and watch highlights? Maybe find some clips. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to sit there and watch this shit. And we're going to have to see. Take a time out, like the video, subscribe, and TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360 to get my colleague Big J on the line. All right, Big J, I don't know if you heard, but for a high-profile fight like this, Tyson Fury and Team Fury, top rank at Frank Warren Promotions, they canceled the post-fight press conference. What do you think that means?
They're embarrassed.
Yeah.
Absolutely embarrassed. Because let's be honest, Fury lost that fight. For a man that Ngannou's had like 2 years off, never fought pro boxing in his life, the best fighter in the world, heavyweight, on his ass in 3 rounds. Of course they can't, because they don't want to hear the scrutiny. Because that's not 1 but 2 times the Fury family has lost fights to people they shouldn't have lost to. Yeah, Tommy lost to KSI, and now bloody Tyson's lost to Ngannou.
Yeah, and it's being said that Ngannou had 644 days since he last fought.
That's a long time. That's well over 2 years. Well, is that 2 years? No,
not fully
well
2
over
years.
A year.
But yeah, close to it. But the fact is, it's like I'm still in shock that Tyson Fury allowed that to happen, because now his stock has dropped tremendously, and Ngannou's is up. And now it's a rematch that has to happen. So here's my question to you. Do you think they should do it? Do you think that Tyson Fury should fight him next or go after Usyk and then Ngannou after?
Go after Usyk, because that get undisputed, because people are going to start thinking that Tyson Fury is going to get beat by Usyk. No, he's not. Yeah. Fury is 7 inches taller and 50 pounds heavier than Usyk. Tyson Fury is the biggest weight bully of all time, because at the very least, he's at least 3 inches taller and 50 pounds heavier than any other heavyweight in the world. Mm. That is the definition of a weight bully. He's bigger and heavier than everyone else. What do you think he wins all the time?
Yeah,
for a big guy, he's got movement.
No, yeah, he can box.
Just leans on people. He can box, yeah. For a big guy, and a guy who looks like he's never been to the gym in his life, he can box. It's ridiculous. But remember, he's 3-4 inches taller and 50 pounds heavier than most people he fights.
Yeah.
And that's a factor. That's like, imagine if someone else, you wouldn't get away with that in any other weight division. You wouldn't be allowed to fight.
Yeah. So yeah, he's also Ngannou is a wrestler. I mean, he's a mixed martial artist. So that wrestling shit and all that weight and that he was trying to put on Ngannou, he handled it well. Did you notice Ngannou did not gas out? And after a while, Fury was trying to clinch, and Ngannou was throwing him all over the place.
Exactly. Well, you can't clinch with a wrestler, because they'll just throw you all over the joint.
Yeah, he was throwing him all over the place.
Fury finally come up against someone who was the same size as him, and he scraped through. I mean, people would say he lost. I'd actually probably say he actually lost that 95.
I think he won barely for me, and mostly because of the jab. The fight was very intense. I mean, very intense, and Ngannou kept you on your toes, especially after that knockdown. You could tell that Fury respected the power, and he caught a few big shots after that. And after a while, Fury just kept jabbing. If you notice, Fury wasn't trying to go to the body. I'm guessing he was fearing an uppercut, or he kept throwing the same combination at 1-2 that got him dropped in round number 3. He tried to throw the same combination. He threw it once and then tried to throw it again, and then that's when Ngannou caught him on the top of the head and dropped him.
Because it wasn't the same. I feel like, as I said, Fury's never fought someone that big before.
Yeah.
I think that's what caught him off, because he's like, hang on, he didn't have any weight advantage over him, right? Like I think there was 5 pounds between them, if that. So what was the official weights? 277, 272? I mean, that's nothing.
Yep. Fury was 277.
And Ngannou is what, 6'5"?
Yeah.
6'4"?
Yeah, about 6'4", and Ngannou doesn't normally come in that big in his mixed martial arts fights, because they do have a weight clauses as
265.
Well.
Yeah, 265.
So he came in heavy.
And remember, Ngannou was the most feared striker in MMA history. He almost decapitated Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Almost decapitated him. Go back and watch, and that was the left foot. He didn't get everything on. He looked like he almost decapitated him.
One question has been answered. is his power has carried into those gloves, into those boxing gloves. You know,
Well,
and
and another old thing, I think Fury didn't take it as seriously as he should have. And,
I don't think
it
so,
showed, because Fury's like,
but listen to this.
go ahead.
Fury said he had a 12-week camp. I don't, but now, me
Well,
personally, I don't believe he had a 12-week camp, but he's saying he had a 12-week camp.
I don't think he did, because 8 weeks out he wasn't training.
Yeah.
Maybe an 8-week camp. But I think that he was surprised because he did the old thing that he took his opponent too lightly. Everyone thought that Fury would beat the piss out of him, knock him out in 3 rounds, and then he got knocked down in the 3rd round. So Fury got shocked because he finally fought someone his own size, right? He didn't have a massive height and weight advantage. And Francis Ngannou is not someone to fuck around. So, I mean, in MMA, you know, Francis Ngannou would kill Fury. It wouldn't last very long. We'd be lucky if it lasted a round. So, but, you know, so.
Split decision. I think won by 1 point. That's the, like, you know, and
anyway,
and
here's
right
the other
now,
thing. I want to throw this out there. Well, hang on, I want to throw this out in case someone thinks about it. Maybe this is all ploy to get Usyk, get undisputed, and have the rematch will be 3 times as big for undisputed. So it could just all be a business ploy.
I mean, I hear it. I've heard that some other times today, but it was too much to lose for Fury. Too much to lose.
Yeah, true.
You know, like the embarrassment, especially what happened with his brother with KSI.
That's right. That's right.
You know, so
that's right.
So do you want to see? I'm guessing. You know, here's a question. Eddie Hearn on this broadcast over on the Zone. Now he's lobbying for Anthony Joshua to fight Ngannou. I'm starting to wonder if Anthony Joshua would have a better chance. Styles make fights than Tyson Fury. It's weird, you know, because I'm not gonna ride the hype and say, oh, you know, Ngannou can beat Deontay Wilder, Ngannou can beat Fury, but he does have that power, and the way he made Tyson Fury look to where Tyson Fury was hesitant. He didn't look like he didn't know what to do after a while. You know, that right there is gonna sell Ngannou fight.
I don't know about Joshua because Joshua feels like he's just lost all his heart. Joshua just seems like he's just there for a paycheck. So
yeah.
But a good thing about Fury is that he'll never quit, because he gets knocked down and he'll get back up.
Yeah.
You have to be extremely good to knock the man out.
But he wasn't supposed to get knocked down by this guy.
Yeah, but he got back up. I know, but he got back up. He didn't throw the towel and go, oh, bugger it. You know, He got back up. I met Tyson Fury. He's a nice guy, so I'll say that for him. You know, he's a showman, but at the end of the day, he's a fucking sweetheart. He really is. But, you know, and he's got that, he'll just get back up. So I think he was shocked. I think he was completely caught off guard. He didn't take it seriously, and, you know, he fucked around and he found out.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and all the way up until the last bell, I was thinking, like, man, Ngannou could knock him down again at any time. Like, it was getting scary in there. You know, because one more knockdown, man, it would have been, can you imagine Ngannou leaving UFC as champion, and right now he's being looked at as the heavyweight champion of the world, the lineal champion. I can't believe it.
Crazy.
So Tyson Fury has to rematch him. I'm hoping that they do the Usyk fight, but the way Tyson Fury's talking and Frank Warren is now they're saying, oh, Tyson needs a break. Oh, he's got that little cut above his eye. They got to see how it heals up. I think they're going to try to push this shit off. That's what I think they're going to try to do.
Not. They need to strike while the iron's hot, because now people will think Usyk can actually beat him, which Usyk won't beat him. He's too little. Yeah. He's my size. So, you know, he's 6'2" and 220.
Yeah.
Fury's 6'9" and 280.
Yeah, well, yeah. But listen, closing thoughts, because I got to get out of here. The main event of O'Shaquie Foster and Freddie Hernandez are in the ring.
Well, you know, it didn't go the way we wanted, but full credit to both guys for taking the fight, and Francis Ngannou for showing that he's the real deal. And I want to see the rematch hopefully within 12 months after Fury fights Usyk. Yeah. That's what I want to see.
All right, take your time out, like the video, subscribe. You can follow me at TstreeT Controversy and Big J at Old Mate Big J on Twitter. Thanks for watching.